We'll be recording. So yeah, Timothy, you were asking. So example, let me just pull a phone here. This is a iPhone XS Max Silver 64 gigabyte sealed, and it's unlocked. So if we go on eBay, I'm gonna share my screen here with all of you. If we go on eBay right now, just kind of comparing like why having a top tier direct buyers list is important. So if we go for an iPhone XS Max Silver 64 gigabyte. Still unlocked. Sorry about that, guys. Have a phone call coming in. So we actually go under sold listings, right? So you'll see right here, we've got an XS Max Silver. This is dual SIM. This is Hong Kong version. This, you don't want to consider this because this is model A2104. You don't see a lot of these. The typical model is A1921. So we're not going to look at these, but if you look at items sold, right here, there was an iPhone XS Max that sold April 27th, 24. April 27, 2019. This is SIM-free. This is the same phone right here. This sold for $880 on eBay. And here's what you got to factor in. So if we're going to take 10% off, you're going to get like $800 for that phone after eBay fees, PayPal fees. After eBay fees, PayPal fees, and shipping fees, I'd say you're going to get about $780 for this phone. Right now, with having the best direct buyers in the industry on my list, I'm going to get $900 for this phone. And I'll even show you the invoice, Timothy. When I send it tonight, I'll blur out the contact info, but I'll show you. I'm getting $900 for this directly through PayPal. Now, when you start to do more volume like I do, like I've got over 20 phones sitting here, and I'm going to be picking more up tonight, my buyer is actually going to do this entire deal through PayPal. So I'm not going to do a wire transfer. I'm not going to send the phones up front. And what my buyer will actually do is they'll send me 1.5% kickback on PayPal. So we'll split the PayPal fees, and my buyer will give me a free label. So
what the fuck?
So essentially, I'm getting $880 for this phone. Okay. And that's why these contacts, that's why I've paid thousands of dollars for these contacts, because when you're moving 20, 30, 40 phones, even 100 phones a month, like me, this is obviously 25 phones in a weekend. I move over 100 phones a month. It's a no-brainer to pay $2-3 grand for a list of contacts and some training on them, because you're getting eBay prices and I don't get scammed. Like my direct buyer doesn't contact me after he gets all my phones and say, "Hey Luke, we're missing 5 of them. Can we do a chargeback?" That's where basically scaling your business. eBay is really good for selling cracked, broken, and phones like that, I think. But when it comes to shipping out mass phones that are sealed or new and open, I don't think I will ever sell these on eBay ever again. The only time I think I would sell a SIM unlocked phone on eBay is if it was a day or two after launch, if I got my hands on some, because there's sometimes exaggerated prices on eBay because there's a big demand for them. So does that kind of answer your question out at all, Timothy?
Yeah, so basically say if the buyer paid so basically if the buyer pays say like $1,000 for that one, and you say and shipping costs $15 here in Canada.
Yeah, this phone, they are paying me $900 for this phone. That's 100% because I just got quoted on this. So $900, and it sold on eBay back in April for $880. So I'm getting the exact same price as eBay. I'm not saying that all phones will be the exact same price as eBay, but this particular phone right now, with how the market is, getting the exact same price as eBay.
Okay. So is shipping like within the $900, or did they pay $900 plus shipping?
No, they'll actually send you a label, so you don't have to pay any shipping. So
shit!
Yeah,
right.
So
that's
what
I
like
thought.
A
I was
UPS
like,
label?
Yeah, they'll send you a USPS or a FedEx label. And then the other cool thing is like I said, when you get to do a certain amount of volume, I personally don't like bank transfers. I know a lot of people love them, but here's the thing. I've had banks where they see a $30,000 wire transfer come in, they close my account. They don't understand the business. I'm in the Midwest. I live in a town of 60,000 people. Honestly, and I'm not like saying this to brag or anything, but I bank at 2 smaller credit unions. And when I used to bank at a credit union downtown, there was all these cashiers. These girls were like 19, 20, 23 years old. They were reaching out to me on Instagram because they saw what was in my accounts, and they were not necessarily after my money, but they were curious, like, what do you do for a living? Because the rumor at the bank is that I'm a drug dealer. And obviously that's not true. You guys all know what I do, but they were just so curious because in this small of a town, when you see somebody that's in their 20s doing 20, 30, $40,000 wire transfers, the whole bank starts to wonder and question, like, what does this guy actually do? Because one thing about me, and I'm sure you guys have all noticed this, is that I don't come on these group chats dressed in a suit. I don't do business in suits. Yeah, sometimes I might wear a nice t-shirt, but for the most part, I'll walk into the bank with a shirt like this. I look like I work construction. Like I basically keep kind of a low persona. I'm humble, and they see this money coming in and they get questioned. So for that reason, I do not do wire transfers. My buyers know that. And so when you have an invoice, I'm just going to do it on the calculator here. When you have an invoice of, say, $19,000, that's probably what this invoice will be back here, maybe more. $19,000 times 3%, that's $570. So what my buyer does for me is down where it says shipping, he always tells me to add in 1.5%. So he will actually split the PayPal fees with me. So I'm only paying $285 in fees. So, but yeah, Timothy, I know you were kind of wondering about the prices and everything. I can definitely send you some price sheets after we get off the group chat. It's totally worth it. You know, if you guys are really trying to scale your business, these direct buyers that I work with are, I mean, they're top tier. They're not like, and when I say this, I don't mean to like say anything bad, but they're not like Atlas. They're not like Supreme Buybacks. These are not middleman people. So I can 100% promise you that. And if they were that, I give you your money back, but that's not the case. So.
Oh, okay. So basically, will you be able to send me like the highest priced direct buyer? Just blur out the context. I just want to see what the prices are like, my man, so that I really want to consider. Yeah, honestly, I only move like 5-10 phones a month, and that's fucking bullshit. So
see, when you can pay more though, that's when you'll start to see more phones. Just kind of a heads up for anybody newer here. When you start to pay higher, that's when you get all the business. So like example, I've got a YouTube video that I got to put together. I've got to do a lot of rendering, but I went up towards the cities the other night and I purchased 5 XS Max unlocked. I'm only going to make like $80 a phone, but that's $400 or $500. That's like $400 or $500 profit guaranteed though. And when I came up there, they were so happy with my prices. They're actually from Chicago. They're like, your prices are better than the people in Chicago. We're just going to start dealing with you. They don't want to deal with anybody else. And then, you know, not to mention I'm pretty chillaxed, I guess, when it comes to business. You know, I mean, I walk in there, shake their hands. I've already checked the IMEIs out, give them their money, and I'm on my way, you know? So, but I can show you guys right now live on chat kind of like what I get for phones. It's not that hard to just take a screenshot and then I can just.
So like how much is your profit margin on average, Luke?
So when it comes to like bulk phones like this, I try and do $100 a phone, but that's for like big sellers. So sometimes I'll get somebody that comes to me, like example, I just picked up tonight. I picked up these three XS Maxes, one over here, and then this XR. So these I only paid $400 a piece for, and I'm getting $675 each. So I'm gonna make like $1,000 on those. So it kind of depends. Like it depends on your customer. Like if your customer, guys, is very well renowned in the buying and selling process, that's when you want to offer those higher prices because you don't want to lose the deal over being greedy. But if you have somebody that's like, I don't really care if you say I can give you 400 and they're like, awesome, run with it. You know, don't screw the deal up by then offering more or something. Just take it. But this is kind of like the prices that I get like right now. I don't know if you guys can see those, but like XS Max 256 gig gold, I'm getting $1065 a piece. Plus I'm getting the 1.5% on PayPal. Plus I'm getting a free shipping label. So if you add all that up, that's a really, really high price. Not a lot of people offer that. So just kind of something to consider. Typically to get that, you've got to get like more than 10 phones at a time to do that. So
yeah, because like the thing is with me, Luke, I even with the older models, the iPhone 7s, iPhone 8s, I tend to squeeze out like at least I try to aim for $115 to $150 profit per phone, aka 150 to 200 Canadian a unit. Do you think that's being a little greedy or?
I mean, it depends on what you're comfortable with. You know, some people are willing to spend $3,000-$4,000 to only make $400 to $500 profit. I guess in my opinion, if you know you're guaranteed to make that $400 or $500 profit, then it's okay to spend $800 on a phone and only make $50, you know? It's better that you get the deal than somebody else gets the deal. That's how I think of it. So, hey, Joe, how's it going?
Good.
This is Joe Burgess, right? Maybe it's a different Joe. Sorry, there's so many different people in the group now. Try and remember everybody's names.
Just call me Jay for short. It makes it easier.
Well, I got Jonathan. No, I got your name, Jonathan. I just saw Joe join, and I didn't know which Joe it was. I know there's a couple different Joes in the group now. But anyway, so that being said, let's talk about let's go around the group chat. What are you guys struggling with right now, and what are you trying to get more of? I was just talking to somebody off of the group chat that was saying that they wanted to get more sealed phones. How is everybody doing as far as volume? What are you guys getting, and what are you guys trying to accomplish? We'll start with Jonathan, I guess, first. You said you're newer. How's everything going, Jonathan?
So, pretty much good. Honestly, I stumbled onto your content by accident. So I first learned from David, the other guy, David K or something like that. I know you know about him. Then I found out about the other David that you mentioned on YouTube that I guess he stole your information. And he really did, because I copied his what's it called? The bill of sale, and it's the same one. So I'm like, damn, that's crazy. He really did that. So then I pretty much unfollowed his whole Facebook, and I was like, wow, that's crazy. Like, that's what my whole thing about joining the course. I wanted to find someone legit doing crazy volume, because I come from Amazon. So I've done crazy volume on Amazon, doing like selling retail arbitrage, all that stuff. So then I wanted to scale on eBay, but have a high ticket product where I could buy it and pretty much sell it instantly. That's when I found out about the phone flipping. I'm like, holy crap. And then I saw your videos. I was just like watching all your content for like a whole week straight, just everything. And then I was like, all right, this is the guy I need to learn from.
Cool, man. How's it been going since you've been in the course?
But I only been in the course probably like 3 or 4 days. And it's like you said, if you want some of those deals, you really have to pay a little bit more. And honestly, I've been trying to make like 150, 230, almost every phone, and I've lost a couple deals like just because of that. And I didn't realize you were going a little bit up on your price, but you're getting more business.
Right, it's the volume.
Like today, I got a iPhone 8 Plus. It's honestly almost in mint condition. It just has one little tiny little scratch, but I noticed it was SIM locked, but it's AT&T. So I messaged you earlier. I'm sure you're like busy and all that stuff, but I was confused at that part because I never bought a phone that is coming up SIM locked.
So what that means is, so if you got an AT&T phone and it's SIM locked, what it basically means is that phone's probably still got a balance owed to it on AT&T. It's not blacklisted. It can still be used and activated, but it can only be activated on the AT&T network. So
don't even worry about unlocking or anything like that.
No, I wouldn't. Basically, never try and base your prices off the chance that you're going to be able to unlock the phone. I would not try and do that.
Yeah, I didn't. I honestly, I didn't mean to cut you off, but what I did, I took Atlas's list and based it off of that. So pretty much, I seen they were giving like $270. So I was like, hey, I mean, he had the whole box, headphones, everything. So I gave him like $230 for it. Probably
That's always a safe bet.
But it's like I'm gonna make at least like 80, 85. I seen him go for like 350. That's
good,
on
man.
eBay. You know what I mean? So then that's why I was trying to message you the other day, because I'm trying to find out about the whole private buyer stuff, like with brand new phones. I haven't come across any of those yet.
For sure. Yeah, man. The best thing to do, like if we're talking like trying to get sealed phones, this is just for everybody watching this. So one of the things, if you guys aren't subscribed to my YouTube channel and you're paid members, you should be. This is kind of a secret. I was going to like unveil it at the end of the year, but basically what's going to happen is I've been doing a YouTube video a day, and I'm going to have a lot of exclusive content for all of you guys here in the course. I'm constantly adding stuff to it, but what's actually going to happen at the end of the year, I'm going to go through all of these free daily uploads that I've uploaded. They're getting set to private. They're going into the course. Nobody else is ever going to get them again. It's kind of just something for this year. I'm kind of trying to build subscribers, but a lot of this course content is going to go right back into the course, and it's going to be basically hidden from the public at the end of the year. It's all going to go private. So everybody's going to be wanting that stuff. We'll probably get a lot of members. But here's the thing. So I did this video the other day, and it's about Google Maps. And all of these phones sitting behind me right now, they didn't even come from my city. All of these phones came from around 45 minutes away. And basically what you need to do if you want to get sealed phones is, 1, you got to pay higher prices. 2, you got to pick ads that actually target like newer sealed phones. So I'm going to pull up some of my Craigslist ads right now for you guys, and I'm going to kind of show you what I've been running with and what my ads say. But the biggest thing is to use Google Maps. And what I do is I will look at Google Maps and I will just zoom out basically on Google Maps, and I will see all of these little towns that I've never even heard of. And when I say little, I'm talking 20, 30,000 people. But you would be so shocked if you just Google Maps, like say you live in, let's say you live in Dallas, Texas. You live in Dallas, Texas, and then you just zoom out like on the Google Maps and look in like 100.
I used to live in Dallas.
Say that again, Joe?
So I used to live in Dallas.
Yeah. If you zoom out and you look at all these little towns around you, that's where you guys need to advertise. Like you need to advertise in every town. And then what you do is, if you're only advertising 150 miles out, well, what you can do is you can try and negotiate with the seller when they come to you and just say, I'll meet you halfway. So you might have to drive 60 miles, but if you're picking up 5-6 phones and you're making, $600 to $800, it's totally worth it. But I'm going to share my screen with you guys right now. If you want to check out one of my ads, I will show you one of these. You guys are welcome to take this format, whatever. But I'll show you guys what I kind of have been running with. So this right here is one of my Craigslist ads. As you can see, it's posted in Hudson, Wisconsin. Hudson, Wisconsin is 45 to 60 minutes away from my town. And it's really nice. It's really easy to read. It says, I buy phones, BETISN, finance broken, brand new, I buy it all, whatever. Call text 715-828-5373. We buy all electronics. Text us today and see what we can offer you. Safe and reliable, punctual and professional. So when I go into this business, I'm trying to be the best. I'm not trying to be arrogant or ignorant when I say that, but when I go out to flip phones, I try to be the best. And that's the best way to not worry about competition, is to be better than everyone. So in my description, it says, fast cash available for phones and electronics, best prices in Wisconsin. I put that out there because it's the truth. And when people see that, they always text me, and they're always so happy with the prices that I have to offer. And then obviously just says again what I buy. And I said that I will beat any trade-in value given by EcoATM, Biggs box stores, or other competitors. That's a guarantee. And then it just says, for hassle-free quote, message us with model, gigabyte, and overall condition. And then I put in there a little rapport about myself. I put, I'm a long-time and trusted electronics buyer in Wisconsin, sell with confidence. Email, call, text anytime. We come to you and meet in a safe public location. And then at the bottom, I just put that we buy smartphones, tablets, laptops, MacBooks, PS4s, cameras, smartwatches, and more. Thank you. Hope to earn your business. So it's a little bit of a longer ad, but it's a very professional ad. And these phones that I've got sitting back here, pretty sure they all came from this ad and then maybe another one that I've got running right now. So this is something that you guys can take. I like green and white. I like green, white, and black. I think it's a really good color scheme. Looks very professional. One thing you'll notice in the banking and mortgage industry, a lot of banks use the color scheme blue and they use the color scheme green, because green and blue, to the psychology, to your eyes, actually, basically, there's a psychology behind colors. Red makes people really angry. Blue is a very neutral, trusted color, and green also is a very trusted color because people associate green and blue with banks, financial institutions, businesses that are run by the books. So keep that in mind when you guys are running your ads. When you guys use red and yellow as colors, although they grab people's attention, yellow, people think of that as spam. Every time you see a clearance thing and it's kind of fake or it's a scam or it's a sale price, they either use the yellow or they use the red tag. Red makes people angry and agitated. Yellow, people see that, and yellow is kind of a color that makes people feel uncomfortable. I don't know why, this is just psychology, but they see the color scheme yellow, and I think that it reminds them of bandit signs, or it reminds them of those those signs that you see on the side of the road that say we pay cash for houses or this and that. And maybe that works for that industry, but in my opinion, I think green and blue, using these vibrant green and blues, is a better thing to do. But that's one of the things that I've been doing. I've been basically not just buying in my area, but I've been buying all the way around my area, basically covering the whole circumference of, my area. So within like a 200-mile radius.
Hey, Luke.
Hey, what's up, Joe?
What section are you posting that in?
Hudson.
I mean, is
what
it?
section? I'm sorry. Wanted by dealer, Joe.
Oh, you're paying for them now?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. that's another thing we could talk about, I guess. What is everybody doing here for your Craigslist ads? Because I want to make sure everybody has an awesome week. Are you guys running paid ads, or what kind of experience do you guys got for Craigslist? If you guys want to type in the chat or you want to just blurt it out, we can go around. Doesn't matter.
Second Craigslist
Yeah.
ad.
You can start before.
Okay, so Joe, what's your situation with Craigslist? You muted yourself again, Joe. Are you there?
Yeah, right here. Hello.
Yeah.
Hey.
What's going
Okay.
on with Craigslist and you?
I use your dating advice, going on a dating site and doing that. So I went and found a iPhone XS
Nice.
and Apple 4 watch I got them both for $225.
Off of Tinder?
No, off of like POF or something like that.
Oh, nice. Same difference. That's awesome.
Yeah.
For
So
anybody, go
I
ahead.
drove an hour to get them, but they were worth it. They were Verizon unlocked.
That's crazy.
So I sold them. I sold them both total for $850.
That's awesome.
So with all the fees, I'll be making what, over 400 or five? Yeah,
Easy,
pretty
yeah,
good.
probably $500. That's so crazy. For anybody that didn't see on my YouTube channel, make sure you guys go make a Tinder and Plenty of Fish account or
I'm
any
about
of the dating apps. But use those apps, guys, to get phones. I mean, it sounds funny, but it works. As you can see, Joe obviously
It did.
made money. So
Now on Craigslist, what I'm doing is I just started that actually because I was in Texas and I moved to Illinois. So what I did was I went in there and I tried to do what you're doing without the paid, and none of them stuck. So what I do in the non-paid is I do separate, like, okay, if it's cash, I do CC, AA, TT, HH, that kind of stuff to mask it, and they stick.
sure, that's good.
And
Yeah.
I do pictures with no stuff on it other than phones and money, and then I do a description.
Yep. If you guys aren't running paid ads, it's kind of like Facebook Marketplace on Craigslist. You kind of got to basically you have to mask it. If you don't, you're going to get flagged. Another option is if you don't want to be extra clever on Craigslist, you can always just run them, paid ads. They always work really well. That's personally what I do is paid ads, just because I can pretty much spam the entire market with paid ads. And the nice thing is I keep all of my receipts from Craigslist. If Craigslist spams or flags my paid ads, I just hit them with a chargeback. So either way I win. So paid ads are kind of nice. Obviously the free ads, it's really great if you can get them to stick in certain areas. Like if you can get a paid, not a paid ad, but if you can get a free ad to stick in the cell phones area without it getting flagged, you're going to get a lot of people that are going to be messaging you. It's pretty crazy.
So you can charge back if they flag it and do that. You can charge back as many times as you need to get your money back. Or
yeah, I just keep the receipt and I pay with a business credit card that's tied to my checking account at my bank, and I just bring them in the screenshot and say, look, I paid for this ad. I paid $5, and I usually wait. I won't do it just like on one, but if like a couple of them get flagged, say it's like 15 to 20 bucks. Next time I go into my bank to grab some cash to buy phones, I just print off basically showing that Craigslist flagged my thing. I paid for this. This should have been paid, or not. This should have been instated for at least 30 days. I only got like 5 days of use out of this, and I just hit them with a chargeback. So because Craigslist support is not very good, they take forever to reply, and they don't really have much solution. If I had more times in my head and I was a web developer and I knew how to do all that stuff, I would gladly make my own Craigslist, and I'd gladly spread it to all the phone flippers and just get rid of Craigslist, because it's a site that it's really awesome, but there's just not much customer support. It's simple and it does a really nice job, but with them flagging ads and everything, there's not much customer support for it. So
great info, man.
But yes, Jonathan, how's everything been going for you as far as Craigslist?
Craigslist, I got at least 3 or 4 to stick, but I'm getting all my traffic from Let Go.
Okay. So Let Go's been a big hit for you then.
Let Go. I know what you said about the case study, that I've been asking all my customers, hey, so how'd you find out about us? And then pretty much Let Go almost everyone. I'm like, what the heck?
For sure.
Nothing from Craigslist though.
Yeah.
I got a question about Let Go when you guys are done.
Sure. What's up?
Should I do warm up ads? Because I just started on that today too. Let Go and 5 Mile and Offer Up, and so I posted stuff that I really don't want to sell. I'm just kind of posting it and then I'll push sell in a couple of days. So it looks like I'm warming it up. Do you do that, or does it need to be done, or what's the
Yep, definitely warm up your account. Best thing to do is just go around your house, take a picture of your couch, take a picture of your TV. Make sure you warm up the account on the apps. If you don't, you're probably going to get banned. Another thing to do is when you first start out with your phone flipping ads on the apps, I typically, if I have to make a new account, I try and run a paid ad first before spamming them with free ads, just because, the nature of the thing. So that's one of the better things to do. And as far as the case study goes, for anybody that hasn't heard or saw this video that I put on my YouTube channel, which, by the way, like I said, at the end of the year, it's getting set to hit, and it's only going to be your guys. All this good info that I've been putting out every day, only going to be for you guys. But you need to do a case study for your area. So, like, example, if one person, let's just say the $20 bill here is Craigslist, the other one's Letgo. Craigslist might be worth $20 to you here in Wisconsin. Like, Craigslist is really awesome for leads, but in California, Craigslist might be worth $1, but Letgo is worth money because Letgo works. So you've basically got to put out a couple ads on every different platform that you can think of, and then basically take 1 full month of kind of tracking the leads for each platform, make it up in Word or make an Excel document, and just see which platform performs the best. And if you've got, like, say, 8 different platforms, like if we're talking Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace, Facebook groups, Letgo, 5 Miles, OfferUp, et cetera, you got 6 to 8 platforms. After that end of the month, depending on how many leads you get and how many leads you close from each platform, put them in numerical order based on how many leads you got from each platform and prioritize, like, the top 3. Then after you've kind of gotten plenty of ads out on those top 3 platforms, that's when you want to kind of work your way down on that list and start advertising on all platforms.
That's a great idea. I'll definitely do that. And another thing too is I've got 3 numbers on my cell phone now from Google Voice.
Sure.
I don't know if you guys are doing that too.
Yeah, Google Voice is great. Google Voice, there's also something out there now called Grasshopper. Another little trick for you guys too, quick, it takes some time, but if you have a Best Buy or a Walmart or even a phone store that's inside a mall that has live demo phones, you can go in there, and if you've got, like, several different emails that need to be verified, those phones all have active numbers. I've went in there before, and if I'm just out and about, and I will go in there and I will use that phone number to text a confirmation to. Kind of sounds odd, but it works. I mean, I do whatever it takes to get it done. So, and I mean, they're just demo phones anyways. So, it's not like there's any harm done. Nobody uses them.
That's awesome.
For your ads?
Huh?
You talking about for your ads you do that?
Well, like, so example, like if you've got like 4 or 5 Craigslist accounts, and if they won't verify it because you've used your number too many times, sometimes I'll just go out to, like, Best Buy. It's like 2-3 minutes away from my house. They've got like 15 different live phones sitting there, and they all have live numbers. So when Craigslist asks for what phone number, I'll just go to Best Buy, look on the iPhone, basically pretend like I'm looking at it, like I'm going to buy it, hit about iPhone, see the phone number that's linked to it, and then I will throw that in the email, and then that'll send it a verification code, and then I enter it in from the phone. So
I've got a Best Buy right down the street from me. That's why.
There you go. It's basically unlimited phone numbers. Like, they've got like 15 phones. A lot of people ask me, like, how do you get so many Craigslist accounts? Well, between my phone, girlfriend's phone, couple friends' phones, and then also what I'll try and do is if I get phones that have like active SIM cards, I'll use those numbers to verify accounts. But if I run out on that, then I can go to Best Buy. I can go to Walmart. The Walmart here is open 24/7, and they've got like 15 phones sitting out at all times. So it's like,
yeah,
I never have a problem verifying my accounts.
Probably Target, right? Target too, probably.
Target, yeah. Anybody that's got live demo phones sitting out with numbers. So, and I mean, obviously you're not using the phone number to, extort money or do anything like that. You're literally just using the number to get a code. So don't really think there's anything wrong with that. And then I usually just delete the message from the phone once I'm done because it's just a one-time code and that's it. So, because we're not using those phone numbers for people to call us at, Walmart, Best Buy, etc. We're just using it to verify the Craigslist account for a one-time use,
Like that IP thing, right?
Exactly. Yep. And since it's, since those phones never get used for that, it's perfect.
Yeah. That's honestly a good idea. Thanks.
Yeah, of course, guys. That's what it's all about. So I definitely want to get some more people in this group to, 10,000 a month. I've helped a lot of people make a lot of money, but haven't really, you know, I don't know. Just I feel like everybody makes a lot of money with this. Year or two goes by, and then I don't hear from them because they're doing good.
Really?
I wanna
Nah.
get more people to 10,000 a month. I want to get more student interviews because there's so many out there. And then the other thing is people are camera shy, and but I definitely want to help you guys be successful and scale, and you know, do whatever I can. I want to see everybody win. So
Honestly, I know for a fact I could do it. Let's just put it this way: I scaled. I wrote a message on one of your YouTube that told you about this, but it was under like a different name, like Game Chaser for Life or whatever.
sure.
And I honestly did almost $4,000 selling Oreos on Amazon in like literally like a week. Oreos.
Oreos
Same
are pretty
Oreo.
good.
No, but dude, because I'm a bodybuilder, so this is why I knew about them. They were brand new. My friend emailed me. I was right near a Stop and Shop. I cleaned out all the Stop and Shops near me. It was like as soon as I bought them, they were sold. That's why
Really?
yeah, it was really that serious. The market was so hot for this. It only lasted about 2 weeks.
So
And then
Oreo
the market-
shakes or just plain Oreo cookies?
No, the cookie Oreo. Like I can show you so
What?
many. I have like literally like pictures of stacks of like.
I'm just so
packages.
curious. How did you make money selling Oreos
You-
from a regular store price
You want to hear this?
on Amazon?
Let me share this with you. So, Stop and Shop was doing like it was like the perfect timing. So Stop and Shop was running a promotion. If you buy 3 Oreos, they'll be $2 each.
Interesting.
They were selling for $12.99 on Amazon.
Wow.
I didn't even have time to. I usually do Amazon like have them do everything for me.
Right.
So it's like a little bit kind of residual, but you do the upfront work, right?
Yep.
On all this, I was merchant fulfilling everything. So it's like I would just list that I have it in stock. It was already sold by the time I got home. So I would buy like $100 worth. It was already sold, and I was just packaging and dropping it off at the post office.
Wow.
Literally, like I have like the whole little like the whole proof of everything. Like I want to do like videos eventually. Obviously not the phone stuff because I heard about what you were saying. Like some people like getting into your course and then pushing out phone courses and all this stuff, whatever. But my thing's more gonna be like when I teach people on YouTube, it's gonna be primarily on stuff that I actually learned on my own, like Amazon.
Yeah, that's good, man. No, of course.
But
Well, and the thing is, too, is like people, you know, just to touch on that for a second. Yeah, I do have a lot of people. I think I've had 3 or 4 people now total that have taken my course. Clearly, I've helped them grow, and then they go out and make their own course, and it's fine. They end up getting removed from my group, and
That's
they're not really
insane, though, like-
competition. They're not really competition. They only end up.
that's
It's not
insane,
right.
though.
But what's odd about it is what I offer people, especially if you're thinking on you want to make your own course or maybe you want to add to my course or whatever your take is on it. I'm going to be doing something here in the future where if you want to sell my course, I'm going to be giving people an 80% commission,
Honestly, I was gonna talk to you
80%.
about that.
which is
I was gonna
higher
talk to
than
you about that.
anybody else out there. 80% commission if you want to sell my course. And the reason why I'm doing that is it's not all about the money for me. And if you're selling my course and I'm not doing any work besides inviting the person to the group and then answering their questions, I want to pay you guys and treat you guys right. And then on top of that, it's about helping people. So I'm helping you by giving you 80% commission, which is huge. That's bigger than anybody else out here.
That's way.
coach.
I was thinking like 25-30% affiliate commission.
80%
That's crazy.
if you sell them on it completely and get them into the group, that's fine, 80%. And on top of that, it treats you right and it gets more people into the phone flipping game and, you know, it helps
Exactly.
to them. So,
Because
But yeah.
that's exactly what I was thinking. I'm like, where's the affiliate link for this or whatever? I'm like, you should do at least 25-30% because your course is so low, but then you have so much value, like in your free content. That's why I was like, wow, that's interesting. It's like he's giving out all this for free. I'm like, I wonder what's in the course now because I'm like, all this free stuff. I'm like, because I already know about like the reason why you push out a course is because it's all your trial and error, what you went through, all that stuff, and you're pretty much just giving everyone from A to Z like in like a week,
basically.
But
Yeah.
honestly, like, yeah, I appreciate it because honestly, like, I love the course already. Like,
That's
I mean,
awesome.
I want to get on that pawn shop level because I have some pawn shops near me, but I definitely feel like I need at least a good amount of capital before I want to go to a pawn shop to be like,
For sure.
hey, like, it's like, yeah, I could have like 2-3 grand, but I feel like I would need at least around 10 or 15. So it's like, if they have a bunch of stuff, it's like, it's so much easier to do a deal when you buy more
Right, exactly. The more you
compared to
buy
like 4 or 5.
this business, eventually everybody will notice that it's really mostly all about volume. That's what it really comes down to. Once you start to scale, you make a little less profit per phone, but you start doing more volume. I mean, just think about it like this. If you're doing 200 phones a month, if you're only making $20 a phone, guess what? That's still $4,000 profit a month.
Right.
If you're making $50 a phone and you're doing 200, that's $10,000 a month. That's a lot of money.
That's what, honestly, that's another thing. In the future, I'm going to get into wholesaling on Amazon. So pretty much I'm just putting in orders and everything's like 20 to 30% accounts.
For sure.
So that's another thing I'm going to venture off into eventually. Just not right now because I don't want to just sell myself short and just dab into everything. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like the phone thing, I'm using that primarily for cash flow because I want to replace my job.
It's a good cash flow business, that's for sure. And it's a cash-based business. So
that's what it is, honestly.
Hey,
That's how I
Liv,
see it.
what are you up to for sales for the phone now? What are you doing per month?
per month, pretty much averaging anywhere from 50 to 60 on the low, sometimes 100,000 in a month. This like last year I was around 700, I think is what it was, around 700 to 780, I think is what the actual number was. And this year I want to try and hit 7 figures in one single year. Like example, I mean, and it's really, it sounds hard to do, but it's not that bad because, I mean, when we're talking phones like this, these are all XS Maxes and then there's a couple XRs. I mean, we're talking invoice gross sales. We're talking almost $1,000 a phone, you know, given the XRs are going to be more like 600 to 700, but there's over 22 phones here. So that's 22 grand. And these were all picked up in a weekend. And as soon as I get off this group chat, I'm going to be going and picking up 2 more iPhone XRs, and I might even live video chat that. So you guys will see that too if you're in my Facebook groups, if you're not busy tonight. But that's 25 grand in a weekend. So it's just basically volume, you know.
And do you have a CPA that logs into your eBay and does all that stuff, or how do you take care of the taxes on that? Because that's what I'll be looking for this year, probably.
So basically when it comes to taxes, like obviously – I don't want to like give you guys tax advice because I'm not an accountant or anything, but just general advice from my experience. The best thing to do is either get a bill of sale. If you're not getting bill of sales, make sure you keep like a cash log, like basically write down the date, what you purchased, how much you purchased it for. But the biggest thing is basically when you're selling on eBay, all you have to do at the end of the year is go into your PayPal account. And that's one thing you don't want to do. If you have an eBay account that you're primarily selling your phones on as a business, link that eBay account to a brand new PayPal account that isn't selling anything on it, because you don't want personal transactions or like things you would consider like hobby or stuff that you didn't really make money on. You don't want that going into that PayPal account. But like for me, my eBay, where I sell all my phones or anything I bought for resale for profit, that all goes to one separate PayPal account. So at the end of the year, whatever PayPal 1099s me, that is what I made. Then I go into eBay, I print off my eBay expenses, then I grab my bill of sales, then I grab my gas receipts, my car payment or my lease payment, or my miles, and then basically it's just taking the 1099 that PayPal gave me and deducting everything. And then obviously if you have a home office like me, most of my house, not most of my house, but this whole area, and then I actually have an entire basement that's basically full of like shipping supplies and all that kind of stuff. So I get a pretty big home office credit. So it's basically just keeping your deductions. Like the more deductions that you can find and do research on, and the better organized you are with your deductions, the better and easier taxes are going to go. And it is really good to pay your taxes. I know a lot of people start this business and like they might make only like 10 or 15 grand in a year just for starting. You're still supposed to file taxes, but some people don't. It is what it is. But you're actually kind of screwing yourself when you don't do that, because the whole end game goal of phone flipping, in my opinion, is to obviously scale up cash to do more and more. But what you should be doing with that extra money that you don't need for purchasing capital, you should be taking that money, reporting it on taxes, getting a tax return so it's on the books. Then you've got qualified income, and this business is a high gross business. So when you go to a bank, you're going to have a high monthly qualified income. You can buy any house or any rental property you want eventually, and that's what you want. So you can take some of this money and start putting it in single-family home rentals or duplexes or triplexes or multiplexes. So, yeah.
Great. And I got a question about how far are you from McChesney, Illinois? Approximately.
I don't know. Let's find out. Let's
Yeah.
Google it. How do you spell it?
MACHESNEY. Park. 2 words.
Chesney, Illinois.
Chesney Park. Yeah.
Let's see. Not that far. 3 hours and 43 minutes away. Actually, not that far.
Someday, man, we're gonna do a run together. I'll come up. Come up there.
Well,
That'd be cool, man.
If you get any new sealed phones, if you can get a bunch together, maybe you can come up here and sell some of them. So I can give you
Love that.
I can give you like a premium price where I'm only making like 20 or 30 a phone if you brought a bunch up. So, but
Hey.
yeah, you never know. I don't mind meeting up with people or students, you know, if you're close by, it's always cool. I've got one student right now in the cities. He sends me a lot of the bigger deals that come to him just because he doesn't have the capital to do it. So I always appreciate business, and I'm always, you know, open to, you know, hang out, do dinner, buy some phones, whatever. So
How do you buy sealed phones without opening them up and trusting that though? What do you? You gotta open them.
Here's the thing. So before they started with the XS Max,
Yeah.
the iPhones used to come completely sealed. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but on the new phones, like on the XS Max, all it is I mean, there's a seal. You see what I'm saying? Like I just broke the seal on this one. But if you open it quick and you put it back just right and you press firmly,
Oh.
it's all
Okay.
good. So the best thing to do, and see, watch, it'll even snap again when I try and take it off. See what I'm saying? So if you get a new phone and you're really skeptical on who's selling it to you, the best thing to do is just take it off quickly, try and put it back on as good as possible, and obviously don't drop the phone, don't scrape it. But as long as you put the plastic back on, your direct buyer isn't going to be mad if, you know, it comes there and it's like, oh, there's a little wrinkle in the plastic. You know what I mean? So just kind of keep that in mind. And the other thing is sealed phones, the only time that it really affects the price to a direct buyer is if it's an unlocked phone. Unlocked, it doesn't matter if the plastic's on or off as long as the plastic's on the phone screen itself.
Perfect. Thank you.
So, but yeah, it's best sometimes if you're dealing with somebody new, they got 5-6 phones. Yeah, it's okay. Sometimes you want to maybe open one and just check it out. So,
Okay.
but yeah, we're coming up on 7:46, guys. So group chat's pretty much done. Don't mind if it goes longer. It's always good stuff. But if anybody has any other immediate questions, we could go over them right now. If not, we will probably come to a close for tonight. So anybody else got anything?
Have you ever bought phones from Macari or locally, or do you only have people bring you phones?
I don't usually buy phones locally. I don't usually buy phones from Macari. When it comes to local, sometimes I'll buy phones locally. Sometimes I'll resell them locally. Like a good example is I've got a Galaxy S10 sitting here, Galaxy S10e. I think I paid $350 for it. It's coming back as AT&T and that it's clean. Probably going to throw this on Marketplace for probably like $450. It's going to be higher profit selling it locally than it is online. That's one thing to watch out for. When you guys get phones, if you see that there's a premium on Facebook Marketplace, that there's a lot of these phones going for a lot more than on eBay, just throw it up on Facebook Marketplace. The only thing to be careful is make sure that you're not selling a finance phone that's going to like blacklist on the customer that you sell locally, because you'll get a bad rap pretty quick by doing that. And if it does happen, just give the customer a refund if somebody reaches back out to you. You know, it's all about doing business locally is kind of like doing business like a brick and mortar. You know, you just got to be honest with people. And yep.
So you sell on eBay into private buyers, but have you sold on Macari?
I don't sell on Macari, no.
Because the hold on the money until
I don't really, not really ever been a big fan of Macari. In my opinion, Macari is a good platform, I guess, to have out there if you get banned from eBay. But I think really the only reason a lot of people sell on Macari is because they get banned from eBay because they're not selling on eBay the right way, and then they get banned. So.
Okay.
But yeah.
Only one more thing.
Sure.
All right. So I heard that you're not supposed to put blacklisted or finance in your eBay listings or they'll take them down. Do you still do that?
So it's okay to put like bad ESN or financed from what I've seen, but you don't want to put blacklisted because when a phone gets blacklisted, that typically means that the phone's either been reported lost or stolen. There's a difference between bad ESN financed and actually blacklisted. Blacklist means it's been reported as lost or stolen, and you want to try avoid buying those phones. So.
Okay.
But yeah, so But anyways, guys, thanks everybody for coming out in the group chat. Thanks for the questions and the feedback, and good group chat. I will see you guys next Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Yeah, you guys too.
Yep.